What if I told you that everything you've gone through, the struggles, the successes, and even the times when you felt like you were failing, was preparing you for this exact moment? You're not here by chance. You're not reading this by coincidence. This is a divine appointment, a holy reminder that you are noticed, cherished, and selected for a purpose much larger than you could have imagined. Take a minute, let it sink in. The Creator of the universe has a plan for you, a plan that has been developing in ways you may not fully comprehend. Right now, the skies are aligning to disclose facts about your life that will rekindle your soul and revive your purpose. This is your moment to rise, to embrace your full potential, and to seize the benefits that have been waiting for you. Could you sense it? That pull on your heart is not coincidental. It is a call to courageously pursue your destiny, to abandon your doubts and embrace the strength and purpose you were born with. You are greater than the hurdles you encountered. You are the light that will motivate others to succeed. So, are you prepared to hear God's voice calling you higher? This is your moment. Do not let it pass you by. There comes a time when buried jewels are brought to light, and your time has arrived. What was previously disregarded is now evident. Your strengths, resilience, and purpose are all clearly visible. This was not a coincidence. It was carefully coordinated and integrated into a larger design. The hardships you faced were not intended to break you, but to strengthen you. I am preparing you for this revelation when God moves. It is never about human approbation. It's about His perfect will being realized as you move into this moment. Consider the route that got you here. Despite uncertainties, you stayed firm in the face of obstacles that might have defeated you. Even when you questioned your position, you remained consistent. Those quiet moments of persistence were not lost. They were the forge where your personality was honed. The molding was invisible, but the consequences are apparent. This serves as a reminder that God never forgets His own, and His intentions are always in sync with the ideal moment for your advancement. The proof of your metamorphosis can no longer be overlooked. Those who formerly discarded you are now realizing the power and dedication they ignored. Your progress challenges their preconceptions, pushing them to face the evident change in you. Some may celebrate your progress, while others may find it difficult to reconcile who you are today with who you were before. But their emotions are not the purpose. It is not for their comfort or approval. This metamorphosis was never about them. It was about God's purpose for your life. Your elevation's waves are far-reaching. People are starting to notice what occurs when divine grace meets firm faith. Some will be encouraged by your narrative, motivated to follow their own potential, while others will reject, unable to fathom the mysterious hand directing your steps. Their perplexity reflects the grandeur of God's work, not your value. As God unveils His work through you, realize that it is not about self-glory. It's about becoming a receptacle for His light. Your metamorphosis isn't the end. It is an invitation for people to see His strength and get closer to His truth. Do not hold back. Accept your potential. Subscribe now and let's ignite the future together. For I know my plans for you, says the Lord, and they are to prosper you rather than hurt you. Plans for giving you hope and a future. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Imagine weaving a tapestry, a masterpiece, with each thread created with thought and perfection. Though it may seem that symbol accents on their own add to the charm of a property, that tapestry represents your life. In every moment, whether victorious or hard, is a thread woven by the master weaver. You've gone through seasons of questioning your worth and purpose, but now you're at a crossroads. That is not an accident. Every success you've had, every lesson you've learned, is evidence of God's faithfulness. These milestones are more than simply indicators of personal progress. They are a mirror of His kindness and proof of His divine design for you. The benefits you hold are not for keeping, but for inspiring, uplifting, and serving others. You are not just a beneficiary of His benevolence. You are a conduit of His love, given to enrich the lives of others. Take a minute to contemplate. How often do we concentrate on what we've accomplished, rather than who helped us achieve it? Opportunities, open doors, and breakthroughs. They're all reminders that a Creator sees you, loves you, and has called you to something bigger. Live modestly, allowing your life to reflect His glory. Take every step forward. Refer people to the person who has been your mentor and support. However, even if you are in favor, you may have reservations. Those times when murmurs of inadequacy attempt to eclipse your accomplishments. Am I enough? You may question yourself. But hear this: you are not enough. You were picked. God does not see you through the prism of your shortcomings or failings. He sees the strength He instilled in you, the bravery you've shown even when you felt invisible, and the brightness that beams, even if you don't realize it yourself. Think about it. The Creator of the cosmos does not make errors. You are neither an accident nor an afterthought. You were His purposeful creation, fearfully and beautifully fashioned. While the world may determine value based on achievements or external looks, God looks inside your heart and sees the wonderful design of His hands. You are meant to flourish, not just endure. As you accept this reality, you are designed to make an effect as a beacon of hope in a world in need of light. Remember that your trip is not only for you. Your tale, every moment of hardship and accomplishment, is a testament to what God has done for you, encouraging and inspiring others. He can help others. Your life demonstrates that trust and patience generate fruit, that endurance through adversity leads to benefits. Let your light shine, not for personal glory, but to direct others to the source of all good things. This is your moment to live your religion. Walk modestly, yet boldly, knowing you are not alone. God's hand is on your life, guiding you and opening doors nobody can shut. Each gift serves as a reminder of His kindness, while each hardship allows His strength to shine through. Your destiny is blossoming, and it is bigger than you ever dreamed. Believe in His time. Lean into His affection, and take a step forward, certain that you are precisely where you should be. Experience what it actually means to be selected. You are not alone on this path. If you have a profound sense that you have been selected, you have come to the correct spot. Connect with us, have access to special information, and get the spiritual support you need by clicking the Join button. This isn't simply about being a member of a community. It's about gaining unique insights that may change your life and bring you closer to your divine purpose. Make your decision now and join us on this trip. Take your spot among the selected ones. Join today. Every action you do has far-reaching consequences that you cannot perceive. The way you show up with compassion, drive, and grace has an impact on people's lives in ways you may not recognize. Even the slightest actions, a word of encouragement, or a moment of patience may sow seeds in the hearts of others. What is regular to you may seem spectacular to someone who is suffering. God sees the heart underlying all efforts. Even when the rest of the world is quiet, He feels your presence. Even if you're not aware of it, your life shines a light that attracts others. People note the quiet fortitude you demonstrate in tough times, the generosity you extend despite your own needs, and the compassion you provide when it is least anticipated. They may not always express this freely. Nonetheless, your presence has an impact on their lives. What seems unimportant to you may be the one thing that gives someone else the strength to keep going. These events are not coincidences. They are part of a larger effort to elevate and inspire. Your activities have an impact that is not immediately apparent. When you choose compassion in the midst of frustration, or provide optimism when you might have chosen despair, you represent a greater purpose. You may not always see the outcomes, but God is working through you. The transformation you cause in others, albeit invisible, is genuine. You are a channel through which grace pours to those who need it the most. Trust that your efforts, no matter how little they seem, are not in vain. They are part of something everlasting. Take a minute to concentrate on who you really are rather than your shortcomings or worries. You are not restricted by your history or your anxieties. Instead, you are creating a masterpiece, crafted with purpose and full of possibilities. God does not perceive you through the prism of your troubles. He sees your newfound power, progress, and love. Your worth is not determined by other people's views, but by the divine purpose that has been placed inside you. Every step you've made, no matter how tiny it may have seemed, is part of a larger strategy that will see you thrive rather than merely survive. God's steadfast focus has been on you at all times, through every tear and silent triumph. When you felt neglected or invisible, He was there, completely aware of your hardships and fidelity, and your sacrifices, which you believed went unnoticed, were carefully studied by the one who sees the heart. The wars you waged, visible and unseen, were not in vain. They are transforming you into an image of His love and kindness. While you may be focused on what you lack, God celebrates who you are as a source of hope for others and a witness to perseverance. Each hardship you've experienced is another piece in the jigsaw of a divine story unfolding in your lifetime. Even at times of uncertainty, when the burden seemed too large to carry, God's presence kept you going. Those wins were not yours alone. They were proof of His might manifesting through you. He is your unwavering support, a safe haven in the midst of a storm, and an unshakable source of serenity. Trust that no hurdle is too big for His strength, and no circumstance is beyond His capacity to change. Every struggle prepares you for something better, and His promises provide a solid foundation for the voyage ahead. Do not become tired of doing good at the appropriate moment. We shall enjoy the benefits if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Consider a farmer planting seeds into the soil, unsure how or when the harvest will arrive, but confident that the rain and sun will do their part in the same manner. Every act of love, gesture of kindness, and word of encouragement you provide is like planting a seed in someone's life. God is the rain that feeds those seeds, transforming little deeds into life-altering results. You may not always see the outcomes, but the influence is emerging in ways you cannot yet anticipate. Your apparently trivial decisions, such as choosing patience when impatience calls, or providing forgiveness when wrath seems justified, are the precise behaviors that reveal the divine light inside you. These are not random occurrences. They are designed by God to remind you and everyone around you of His love. You are more than simply a participant in His plan. You are a critical tool for spreading His grace. With each stride you take, there is strength in waiting. Just like a seed must endure the darkness of the earth before emerging into the light, similarly, we must trust God throughout seasons that are static or tough. The delays you've experienced are not rejections. These are wonderful preparations. God's timing is impeccable, and He is working in the unseen to bestow rewards that will far beyond your expectations. While the world may offer tempting shortcuts, the route God has laid out, while sometimes demanding patience and endurance, yields an unrivaled harvest. You overcame tremendous obstacles and enjoyed seemingly unattainable achievements. Each event, whether joyous or terrible, is a thread in the tapestry of your life, which God is sewing into something beautiful and meaningful. He sees all tears. He has heard every plea and is aware of every sacrifice you have made. You are not neglected. You are valued, because every act of fidelity, no matter how tiny, is noticed by the one who really loves you. The legacy you are creating isn't about celebrity or recognition. It is about reflecting God's splendor. People are paying attention to your deeds, perseverance, and unshakable faith, not to pass judgment, but to learn to find hope and inspiration in your own path. Your life is a testament to what it means to believe in God's promises. And you are not traveling this route alone. Angels surround you, and the Creator Himself leads you, clearing the path for what is to come. The blessings that lie ahead are not just for your benefit. They are intended to overflow into the lives of others. Your narrative, hardships, and successes are all part of a larger plan. They are instruments that God will use to bring people closer to Him. So keep spreading seeds of love, faith, and compassion, even if the soil seems barren. Trust that God is nourishing those seeds, preparing a harvest that will benefit future generations. This is your time to shine, not for your own glory, but to highlight the kindness of the one who has taken you this far. Trust in His promises. Walk confidently in your mission and let your life serve as a light of hope and change. The world is watching, and your faithfulness will reveal the undeniable hand of God at work, preparing to unleash your might. Subscribe today and we'll take the first step together. People are watching not just to see your accomplishments, but also to comprehend the scope of your trip. They see your unshakable strength, calm resilience, and faith that never wavers, even in the face of adversity. They gain a glimmer of optimism that had before seemed distant or perhaps gone. God is using your life as a living testament to teach others that restoration, redemption, and perseverance are not just possible, they are promising. Your narrative is inspiring hearts to wonder and minds to ponder, instilling a desire to pursue their own relationship with the divine. Changes in you cause others to realize something. If you can alter yourself, they can as well. This ripple effect extends much beyond personal interactions. It reaches strangers, friends of friends, and future generations who will be inspired by the legacy you are creating right now. The questions they quietly pose are, how can I trust God like that? Or, what is my next step toward growth? Are seeds planted? God is using you not just as an example, but also as a guidepost to direct people toward their own particular mission. This is not about praising oneself. It's about knowing your significant position in God's larger plan. Your influence, whether via kind words, a moment of encouragement, or just being there, has the potential to change someone's mind and reinvigorate their faith. These moments may seem little, yet they are part of a divine orchestration much greater than what you can perceive. Every interaction, act of love, and step of trust is a thread in God's tapestry of change for you. Your life says words that you may never completely understand. Perhaps your tale inspired a friend to reaffirm their faith, or a colleague to seek God after watching your quiet strength. These apparently little events are powerful manifestations of God's work through you. Your life demonstrates how brokenness may be changed into wholeness, sorrow into purpose, and obstacles into strength. Your acts have a far-reaching impact, even if you never saw the full scope of the shift. You instill confidence in God's ability to use you as a change agent. Your travel sends a strong message. If God can do miracles in your life, He can do the same for others. Remain committed, because your tale is more than simply about personal development. It is about directing people to God's mercy and purpose. God is providing you with a key moment this season, an opportunity that has the potential to transform your destiny. But with this time comes the obligation for discernment. Not every open door aligns with His divine plan, and not every enticing offer serves His purpose for you. Now is the moment to truly trust Him. Will you depend on your faith to wait for what is best, even when the way ahead isn't quite clear? Or will you be seduced by simpler solutions that fall short of His overall plan? The options before you may not be evident. It might manifest as a gentle push, a choice between two apparently decent options. One route is consistent with God's plan, while the other may take you astray from His intent. The task is to go past the surface and seek the tranquility that He alone can bring. The world sometimes encourages shortcuts and instant pleasure, but God's plan often needs patience and perseverance before moving ahead. Ask yourself if this route leads to serenity or chaos. Does it reflect the ideals that God has ingrained in you, or does it need compromise? This is more than simply a decision-making exam. It is also a chance to strengthen your faith in God. He has given you insight and judgment for this particular time. Lean into His direction and trust that whatever decision you make in accordance with His desire is part of a larger plan. The journey may not always be smooth, but it will take you to something much bigger than you could have imagined. You're at a crossroads where your decisions will have eternal consequences. The route ahead may seem unclear, but remember that God is not a God of confusion. He encourages you to seek clarity via Him, to trust the process rather than hurry into conclusions motivated by fear or impatience. Not every open door leads to benefits, and not every chance is right for you. Pause, pray, and let the Spirit to lead you as you connect your actions with His purpose. The benefits will not only meet, but far surpass your expectations. His promise is steadfast. Believe in Him, and He will show you miracles beyond your conception. Patience is not passive. It entails active confidence in God's timetable. Obedience, although it may seem like a sacrifice in the time, is the source of unrivaled calm. The world may seduce you with shortcuts that offer instant gratification, but these pathways often lead to emptiness. God invites you to choose the way less traveled, which demands trust and courage. The benefits that follow are not necessarily shown in worldly riches, but rather in spiritual richness, greater delight, improved character, and an unbreakable tie with Him. This decision is more than just an option. It is in accordance with divine intent. Each step you take in faith creates waves in your life and the lives of others who watch. You are creating a legacy that will influence future generations long beyond your lifetime. The easy way may seem enticing because it provides comfort and regularity, but the one that requires bravery and faith leads to change. Like the hero who chose the narrow path across the woods, your choice today determines not just your trip, but also the influence you will leave behind. Trust the process, since God did not bring you this far to leave you. He gives you clarity and courage while reminding you that you are not alone. The road ahead may be difficult, but it is full with divine appointments and chances to see His glory as you go forward. Recognize that every decision taken in accordance with His will holds everlasting importance. Allow your intuition, honed by His knowledge, to lead you through this spiritual crossroads. This is your opportunity to seize the destiny that was written for you long before you could fathom it. If you are experiencing an excess of divine love in your heart, now is the moment to share it. You may help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and donating $20 or more. This wonderful gift will affect not just your life, but also the souls of countless others. Each of you has a holy position in God's great purpose via this platform, and your giving will provide fruit for our prayers. Act now. Share your riches to exalt His kingdom, since you were meant to do much more in God's loving hands. May God bless you. The crossroads. Before you demand bravery and clarity, make a decision that might change the course of not just your life, but the lives of many others. Comfort may make promises of comfort, but they pale in contrast to the fire of grandeur that awaits the brave. This is your assigned time, a heavenly alignment designed to deconstruct misconceptions and liberate souls shackled by fear. The season of indecision is past. Action is your mandate. You're not here by chance. You have been selected to illuminate the road and combat the darkness with truth and hope. Just as the rivers split to allow for freedom, obstacles will shatter beneath the power that guides your steps. What once seemed impossible has become a reality. Your power does not come from inside. It was formed over centuries of successes and sorrows. The determination of those who came before you pervades your soul, inspiring you to tackle problems with steadfast faith. Doubts and worries may try to take hold, but they are no match for the divine force that flows through you. Every challenge, every whispered lie of loss, is a chance to get stronger. You are not here to fit into the background, but to spark change. This moment is more than just a call. It is the crescendo of destiny, ready for your daring stride ahead. Realize your potential, subscribe now, and let's make something spectacular. This is no ordinary crossroads. It is a representation of your mission. With conviction and clarity, step into the role that was planned for you long before you knew its importance. The darkness that previously loomed enormous are no match for the light inside you. This is your season to break bonds, bring life to lonely areas, and declare triumph where failure once ruled. The vow for your life is unbreakable. Nothing organized against you will succeed. This is more than just encouragement. It is a divine edict inscribed into your entire nature. You are not alone on this trip, and you were never intended to be. Invisible forces worked in your advantage. At every step, you're surrounded by power and knowledge, ancestral whispers, angelic protection, and your Creator's constant counsel. Walk with you. Every adversity is a lesson, a tool for honing your resistance and revealing the depths of your strength. These hurdles are not barriers, but rather stepping stones that will take you closer to the change you were meant to bring about. You aren't just human flesh. You are a heavenly force, a never-ending change agent destined to have an influence on the world, longing for light and truth. Your effect is not subtle. It's transformational. upending the entire fabric of what was intended to imprison you. Each movement you make bears the weight of change, resonating through the systems that formerly attempted to limit your possibilities. This is your allotted season, the time to awaken and accept the specific calling that has been fashioned for you. The world is watching, waiting for the brilliance that only you can provide. Do not hesitate. Step forth bravely, and let your truth serve as a spark for bravery in others who are still seeking for their way. Your voice has the ability to tear down boundaries, and your path demonstrates that triumph is already underway. The stage is set. It is now. Step into your purpose and seize the destiny that has always been yours.